Hello, Take a Break with Jake fans, and welcome to Jake and Grandma's cooking show. And today we're making chicken and noodle Parmesan meal.
And it's going to turn out yummy. I need a spatula though. And here's the recipe right here.
I don't think you can read it.
That's okay, but I got it from somebody a long time ago. So you want to walk over here to my station where I have everything already set up. And I have to read the first thing it says, what I need to do. Okay, it says in a saucepan, which I use this, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of oil. So I don't like to always have to measure stuff. So I just kind of judge. Here's my oil. And here's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to pour in what I think's about a tablespoon. There. That's not too much. That's about the exact amount.
That's not a tablespoon. That's like half a tablespoon.
Okay, well, I'll add a little bit more. I don't want it too oily. There, that's good. Now, the next thing it says that I have to do is I've got to add my chicken. And actually, I did a little prep work last night. So, I already cooked my chicken ahead of time. But I think it might need cut up in smaller pieces. So, what I'm going to do is take my knife and I'm just going to cut some of this chicken into more smaller bite-sized pieces so that it stirs up better.
Abby, do you want some?
Oh, there's Abby.
Well, it's not ready yet, Abby, so not yet.
She says, but I can smell the chicken. I think maybe we should give her 1 bite of chicken. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if she'll do a trick. Sit, Abby. Can you sit? Good girl. She's wagging her tail, saying, I think I can sit again for another bite. I don't know, Abby. Let's see. I'm going to just cut up some of these pieces that are bigger. And then I'm going to read the next thing that you're supposed to do, which is add your broth and heat to boil. So the broth is this broth that I bought here. You can use pretty much any broth you want, but I just went to my local store and bought some. So it actually says 1 3/4 cup of broth. So after I throw all my chicken in, I'm going to get out my measuring cup, which is right here. And it says 1 3/4. Here's a 1, and here is 3/4. So I got to shake up the broth. Whoa, I threw it on the floor. That was an accident. Okay, don't do that. That's not part of the recipe. Let's not do that again.
Well, Abby's going to eat all of it.
Yeah. After you shake it up and make sure you don't throw it on the floor anymore, then you measure out your ingredients. There's the 1 cup. And here goes the 3/4 cup. Okay, then you put all that in with your chicken. Hopefully I don't have to throw this on the floor anymore.
That was funny.
That was funny. And you can have accidents when you're cooking, but that's just normal. And then after you put that broth in, you got to heat till it boils. And then you have to add the noodles. Okay. And then after you put the noodles in, you add your vegetables. This one's carrots, cauliflower, carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. But I guess you could use pretty much any vegetable that you want. You could use peas or lima beans maybe, but that's the kind we like.
That's the kind we have and like.
Right.
But I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't really like vegetables.
Oh, okay.
I do like broccoli, but nothing else. Hate celery, hate chickpeas. Well, I don't know what chickpeas are. I think they're a vegetable.
Okay, and then you add some pepper. I'm just going to shake some pepper. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then I'm going to have to take another small bowl like this, and I have to put in some milk. And it says I need 3/4 of a cup of milk.
Milk. You say milk instead of milk.
Oh, I meant milk. So here's my 3/4 cup again. I have to get out my milk. And I pour in my 3/4 cup. And I just spilled a little bit on the counter, but that's okay.
Because it's just a little bit.
We can just wipe that up. And then after I put the 3/4 cup of milk in this bowl here, like this, then it wants 3/4 cup of grated cheese, Parmesan cheese, which is this. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to dump 3/4 of a cup in here.
You're spilling some.
This I use a lot, especially when I'm making my saucy menus like spaghetti, lasagna, stuffed shells, pizza. Okay, and then you dump this in with the milk, like so.
I like how you just slapped that, like.
Yeah, so I tap the rest of it in. And then you stir this around a little bit. Okay, and then
How are you still eating that?
if you want to, you can see the boiling in the pot. Right there, it's boiling right now. So I'm going to stir it around a little bit.
Right here.
And then after I stir it, it says I'm supposed to put in it says 6-ounce bag of the noodles. So let me see what size I bought. Oh, I bought a 12-ounce bag. So that means I only need half of this bag. So I'll just take my hand and kind of put that much in. I think that's probably enough. That means I could use the other half for another one of these recipes. I'll make it again. And then you
Tell them how long you have to put it in the pot for.
well, it has to make sure that the liquid gets soaked through to the noodle. So if there is
How long do you suggest?
maybe 15 minutes. That should be good. And then you dump your vegetables in. Here's the vegetables. And they're also frozen, so the wetness of the vegetables also will coat through the noodles and make them soft. Now I bought 2 bags of vegetables because I didn't think 1 bag was big enough. It says you need a 16-ounce bag, and I got a 10-ounce. That's what they had. So I bought 2 of them, but I don't really want to use this whole bag because I think that's too much. So I'm just going to put a couple handfuls of what's in here in there, and I think that should probably be enough. That way I can save this and maybe have some vegetables later. Okay, then it says you're supposed to stir this to coat the noodles with the liquid, and you heat until it's boiling. And then you're supposed to, after it's boiling and the noodles seem like they're cooked through, then you reduce the heat, which I probably need to turn mine up just a bit. Then you reduce the heat, and you have to take this milk and Parmesan cheese mixture and add 1 can of the cream of chicken soup to that. And you stir those 3 ingredients together, then you dump all that into your 1 pot meal, and you stir that around real good. And after you make sure that it's all coated, then it's pretty much done. You're ready to eat it. So, while that's trying to cook a little bit, I can take the time and put the things away that I'm done using. I guess I can put my chicken broth in the refrigerator to make sure it's not leaking since I threw it on the floor. I do like to cook, and I think my family likes to eat most of what I cook. I know my grandson, he really loves my lasagna.
Me, grandson.
Correct.
Me.
So when
Jake.
I make lasagna, I almost have to make 2 cans of it because I feed my family and I take some to my mother, and then I have to have enough left over so that my grandson can have several different portions of that a couple days in a row. So that's still boiling there. That means it's not totally all mixed up yet. I think what I could do here is dump this cream of chicken soup in with my milk and my cheese. Looks like I should have got maybe a little bit of a bigger bowl. If it's gonna overflow, I'll have to be careful here. And this is really pretty easy. Now, if you don't already have your chicken prepared like I did, you have to buy your chicken.
I don't think you're supposed to put all of it in, but...
Well, you have to buy your chicken, clean it, and cut it up into little pieces. Or, you probably could use, they have cans, little cans of chicken already in the store. I guess you could buy that and use it. I've just never done that. I've always bought my own chicken raw, and then I cut it up and use it that way. And you can use that for many different dishes. I sometimes will make marinated chicken, which I marinate that in Italian dressing. Or I make barbecue chicken sometimes. Or I cut them up into pieces and cook them, and then I freeze them. And when my family wants buffalo dip, then that way my chicken is pretty much all ready cooked and just ready to add to whatever recipe it is that I'm making. And that's pretty easy. And of course Abby always likes a bite or two of that. But I don't like to give her too much. Now I think what the problem is here, there's 2 big pieces of cauliflower in here that I think probably needs cut up because they're too big. So I'm going to lay it out here, see if I can cut them up a little bit smaller. Sometimes when these are too big, they don't cook well, or it takes longer for them to cook. So I'm going to see if I can put that in smaller pieces, and then I can add it back into my pot. And of course Abby comes out in the kitchen once again because she hears me cutting. The only thing is, we're not cutting chicken, Abby. We're cutting cauliflower. And we don't think you would like cauliflower. So we're not going to give you any of that. Okay. I think that's coming along pretty good. Here's a bigger piece. Ooh, bigger piece of broccoli, I think. It may need cut a little bit.
Nope, you're not getting anything, Abby.
If you already had your food, we don't like to overfeed you because it's no good for a dog. Alright, I'll put the rest of that in.
I thought you were going to put the whole plate in.
No, I don't want to do that. It's looking pretty good. I can try to show it to you a little bit here.
I'm laughing because that time you dropped the broth on the floor.
What do you think? Do you think that looks pretty good?
Yeah.
Actually, it seems like the noodles are almost cooked, but I don't think they're quite. So I'm just going to try a little sample, and I think I may have to add a little bit more of that chicken broth. No, I can tell that they're still a little bit hard. So I'm just going to dump some of this chicken broth in so I make sure that my noodles start to get soft and can absorb the chicken broth. And then pretty much that's almost the end of it. After you make sure that the noodles are soft when you taste it, then this mixture that I mixed with the milk, the cream of chicken soup, and the Parmesan cheese, then all you do is you take that and dump it right in your pot, and you stir it up, and that's pretty much it. That's a nice one-pot meal for supper or dinner or lunch or whatever you call it.
Or whatever meal you want to have, or
Right.
whatever,
And
or if you want to do lunch for it, breakfast for it, dinner for it, whatever one you want to do, snack for it.
I don't think you'd want it for breakfast, but it is pretty good. Now some people like, when I first made this a long time ago, I used to make like biscuits with it. That way we had a bowl full of this meal and a biscuit.
Bowl full of this meal.
But since I don't have any Bisquick to make my biscuits, I just didn't do that, so I'm just going to make this one pot here today. I actually think the noodles will be pretty soon ready to be done. I'm going to try one more little bite here. I can put it on a plate first to cool so that it doesn't burn my mouth. And then I'll try it here in a second. They're almost ready. That tasted pretty good. And sometimes it's nice to have the simplicity of only making one pot meal for your dinner, so you don't have a lot of dishes or a lot of mess to clean up, because that way you have more time then that you can eat your meal with your family and spend time together rather than be in the kitchen cleaning up your mess. I think we're just about ready to go ahead and add the final
touch to it, the final ingredient to it.
Right. Very good. And then it says after you put that on, then you heat it through real good, and then you can sprinkle Parmesan cheese on it if you want it. So I'm now going to add the last ingredient, which was my Parmesan cheese, my cream of chicken soup, and my milk.
The 3 ingredients, because milk. Oh no! Oh no!
I ran some down the side of the pot, which is okay. And then this makes it kind of more of a soupy type mixture. I will show it to you here in 1 minute as soon as I get it stirred up a little bit.
I just can't stop laughing from the chicken broth thing.
I'll have to try better the next time. What do you think of that? How do you think that looks?
Good.
Yeah.
Try it.
I will. As soon as it's done, it has to get coated through and through. Then we'll put some on a bowl and we'll let you see what it looks like. And I'll give it a little sample where I can actually put some on a plate. I'll try a little plate. I'm going to get a fork. And
it smells pretty bad.
Still have some Parmesan cheese.
It smells pretty bad.
Oh, I don't think it smells bad. I think it all depends on what you like. Your pappy really likes it. There's sometimes I don't like certain vegetables, so I just put my spoon around the vegetables I do like. I do like broccoli. And I think cauliflower's okay. I don't really eat a lot of that, even though it's probably good for you. You probably should eat it. Okay, so here it is. Here's some, I can show you some more. There we go. And then you just take your Parmesan cheese. You shake it on a little bit just to give it an added little flavor. And then I'm going to stir it around a little bit, and I want to make sure.
And then we'll go into the living room, and then I'll try it and see if I like it or not.
Go into the dining room then.
I mean dining room. I said living room.
Oh, yeah. So we'll try this. You be a taster.
Let's see if I like it.
You see if you like it. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bite. Would you like a bite of the chicken or just the noodles? Here's a little bit. Here's a little bite that's really good. Now we'll let you blow it off. And let's see what you think of it.
That's actually really good.
Oh my goodness, thank you. That's awesome. So there you have
I never
it.
thought I would like it. That's really good.
There you have it, a new recipe for anybody that wants to try something new. And it's very simple. I thank you for watching us today.
Thank you for watching. I really love it. What about you fans? Make a video about how you like it.